Hey guys, Bada Bing here. Thank you for joining me today. Well, this is interesting news all the way from Taiwan. GHK have been busy because it seems they have a brand new version 3 AK series on the horizon, and with these, well, they're going to be coming packed with quite a few improvements. And here it is, the brand new GHK AKM version 3 GBBR. No, I'm kidding. This is my 10-year-old version 2 AKMN, so... The news of the latest version 3 comes from the guys at Smart Airsoft, and they released a teaser ASMR video on the new GHK. So following their sneak peek video, the GBBR community have tentatively leant forward, raised an eyebrow, and eager to learn what's the score with this thing, and whether or not they've learned from their mistakes. And here's what I managed to identify. I may miss some things, but until we have that clarification, it's merely just a visual inspection at this point. So, starting from the front, the outer barrel. It is now made of steel, and also it's a one-piece design when concerning the barrel thread. Previously, the front sight post incorporated the muzzle threading, and the outer barrel was just a blunt end. So it's now been corrected with a, I'm guessing, 14mm negative airsoft thread. What's more, the front sight post now has a second pin. It's no longer a blocked pinhole just for show. No, it's now being held in place by 2 pins and of course the grub screw beneath the cleaning rod. Moving back to the gas block, and again they've updated it with a second pin. Good, more realism is always welcomed. Doesn't really mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, but at least they've made the effort. The hop-up and barrel set is now VSR spec, a feature that is welcomed by the community. The bolt carrier is steel, and from the video it looks to be a heavy chunk of steel too, and the shooting footage is rather impressive as well. Realistic AK rate of fire and a fairly substantial recoil boost. The nozzle lacks that return spring I hoped for, although it's now been changed. It now features nozzle guides that looks like it interacts with the receiver bolt guides. Truly hoping that this implementation remains durable, as we all know those old nozzle guide tabs, they were just terrible. The fire control group seems to be full steel too, so that's nice. The Selector Switch is a one-piece design, super easy to disassemble now, and no E-clips. Great. The bolt carrier has a longer travel than before, adding to that slower AK rate of fire that I mentioned earlier. It's not full travel, but it's at least something for you guys that are looking for that feature. The buffer is a smaller short stroke buffer than the one before it, ensuring that the rate of fire isn't sluggish, it's just about right. The receiver. By the looks of it, it's shorter, or in other words, it could be the same length as the real AK receiver. Could they be producing the receivers in-house now and not relying on the modified LCT receivers? Well, we won't know until that official confirmation. Comparing my AKM's rear trunnion rivet with the position of my grip, and then looking at what Quad has shown us, certainly looks shorter. The steel magazines have also somewhat changed as well, with the addition of the upper gas tank that mimics the real AK feed lips. And finally, the wooden furniture doesn't look to be supplied by LCT either. So the number one feature people always complain about, that they've longed for the potential version 3 GHK AK, is the hammer drop on empty. Does the actual version 3 have this? From what I can tell, no. Shame. Now, this could have been their only option to keep from redesigning the magazine and making it a proprietary magazine from the previous gen, so I get it, but at the same time, it's a bit upsetting. Still, it's early days, we'll see what happens when they release the official breakdown, but until then, we'll still have the Quad video to dissect frame by frame, and you can take a look at that with the link in the description or at the top of the screen here. That's it for now. I'll post updates on this subject over on my social media accounts if you care to follow me. Also, if you're a regular viewer but not yet subscribed, join me. Lots of interesting things coming up, and it'll be great to see you there. So, take care guys.